Okay, so for today's session, we are going to mainly look into examples of playbooks. So we need to launch some instances from AWS to do that. Okay, so let me log into my AWS console, AWS management console. Let me sign into the console, and then so already my credentials are saved in Vault. So yes, yes, is it? What about others? Let me share the screen. Oh, okay, okay. Is it fine now? Are you able to see? Okay, okay. Let us, like, if you are not able to see the screen, or else if you are not able to hear me at any point, please let me know, okay? I will check from my end. Okay, let us start installing Ansible. So, as I already told, we will install a master node. We will launch a master server and slave servers. So, we are going to, basically what we are going to do means we are going to launch three servers, and then we will differentiate one server as master, another two as slave. Okay. So I'm going to EC2. There is no running instance. So I'll go to this dashboard and then I will click launch instance. Here I'm not going to give any name. So image I'm going to select as Ubuntu image, and then key. I have existing key. I will select that. So remaining all those things we no need to worry about. We no need to worry as of now. Leave it as it is. And the number of instances, give it as 3. Okay, and launch instance. So the instance is getting ready. So it will take a couple of seconds. So till that, I will try to explain what is playbook again. Okay. So actually a playbook, this is how a playbook means. So you want to give an instruction to the slave node. What has to be done in the slave node. So you're going to write a kind of a compressed file, a kind of a small file. It is called as playbook usually. Like we have something like Java, like something like PHP, kind of C++. These are programming language. But playbook means it is a, yeah, it is written in a, usually we used to write playbook in YAML language. It is an Ain't language. Okay. It is called as Ain't markup language. So this is how the playbook usually looks. A playbook will be consisting of multiple plays. So under the place we will be having many tasks or a single task. So under the task we will be having modules. Okay. Usually the Ansible, the complete Ansible, the software is built on Python. It is built on Python. Okay. So it's the whatever maybe the module we are using, this module actually it is based out of Python only. So example, if you want to copy a file or else if you want to create a file, so the module differs. To copy a file, we will be using copy module. Okay, to create a new file or a directory, we will be using file module. If at all, if you want to install anything to in the slave machine, we will be using apt module. So that is the meaning of module. So the playbook, it will get the instruction from the module and then it will be executing the same in the slave nodes. Got it? So let's see whether, yeah, we got the machine. So now what I will do means I will name the machines. The first mission as Ansible Master. Other two missions I will name it as slaves. So this mission I will name it as slave 1. Slave, and this is slave 2. So let us try to connect to all the missions. This I will try to connect to master. So let it get connected. So here you can differentiate. It is master, and then now I will connect to slave 1. and then now I will try to connect to slave 2. Connect, connect. So this is master, this is slave 1, and this is slave 2. So initially what we should do means we should update all the servers. Sudo apt-get update. So we are going to initially update all the three machines, so that machine will be to machine will be upgraded to the latest. Similar way we are going to upgrade slave 1. Let me clear the screen. Sudo apt-get update. So now let us update the machine, slave machine 2. Sudo apt-get update. Okay. So here how it works means only in master node we need to install Ansible. In slave node we no need to install Ansible. What we will do means in master node we will be generating the SSH key, and then the public key we will be copying into the both the slave node, and then we will put an entry in the inventory, Ansible inventory. After that the connectivity between the master and the slave node will be established. Okay. So now what I will do means I will try to install Ansible. So already we have, so this is the steps to install Ansible. So already we have updated. So I have specified what we should do in master node, what should be done in slave node, and again what should be done in the master node. I will share you this document at the same time in the PPT as well. Like everything has been given clearly. What are the action you should perform in the master node? So what are the action you need to perform the master node, slave node? So everything I have given clearly. So let us install Ansible. So initially we will be installing software properties common. Meaning is that what are the necessary things that needs to be in the server once it is built for the software perspective. So we are doing all this in the master node only. It is asking confirmation. I will give why. Just you guys try to execute this command one by one according to the procedure given in the document. You will not find any difficulties. Now we are going to download the repository. Okay. Usually whatever may be the software, it will be bundled into a repository. Whatever may be the package. If it is Apache, or else if it's Ansible, if it is Jenkins, if it is Nginx, it will be bundled into the package. So initially we need to download that repository to the current machine where you need to install. So we are going to download this package. We are going to add the repository. So it is actually adding the repository. You can see in which location it is adding, it is showing the locations. Okay. So it is saying it is totally taking 20 KB. Okay. This repository. Now we have added the repository in the master node. Now we are going to install Ansible. So Ansible installation is simple command only. Sudo apt install Ansible. So it is asking for confirmation. I will give why. Oh, it is going to install Ansible. As I told, Ansible is built on Python, so it is necessary we should have Python. So otherwise it is not possible for an Ansible to function. So what are the dependency package needed for the Ansible software to work? So all the dependencies will be downloaded, okay, in the master. At the same time, in the slave node, you no need to install any Ansible package. You need to install only Python. Since we have upgraded, so automatically Python will be part of the system upgrade. So we no need to install anything in slave nodes. Okay. So let us wait for a couple of seconds so that Ansible will be installed successfully in the master node. So in the interview, if they ask you what is the procedure to install Ansible, so the like this is a requirement. there should be one master node and two slave node. Means you should say like I will be installing Ansible in the master node, and then I will be generating the SSH certificate in the master node. After that, in slave nodes, I will make sure that Python is already installed. And then what I will do means I will make a passwordless authentication between the master and the slave node. After that, in the master node, in the inventory file, I will be adding the IP address of both the slave node. So at last, this should work. Okay. Now let us see. We have installed Ansible, right? Ansible hyphen hyphen version. It should show the version. So this is the latest version. Got it? So we have installed Ansible in the master node. First we have upgraded the server, updated the server, and then we installed Ansible in the master node. In both the slave node, we have just updated the server. Okay. And now what we will do means we will generate the SSH key. SSH hyphen keygen. Enter. So you no need to give anything. So if you give enter, it will take whatever maybe the default thing it will be taking. So just to give enter. Now if you see this picture, something like this, meaning is that the key has been generated. Go to this particular directory called .ssh where you can find the keys. So this is the public key which you need to add in both the slave nodes. So I will cat the public key cd _rsa.pub. So this is a public key. Copy this public key. Go to the slave node. In the slave node, you will be having a file called under SSH. We are having a file called authorized underscore keys. Okay. Go to authorized underscore go keys. Go to the end of the line. In the VI editor, and then press I so that you will get into insert mode. Give enter, right click, paste. Once you like pasted the key, give escape and then colon WQ means write and quit. Got it? Similar way, go to slave 2 cd.ssh pi authorized underscore keys. In a similar manner, go to the end of the line. Give I, enter, right click, paste, save and quit. So now we have pasted the key. Now actually the passwordless authentication should work from master to slave. What is called as passwordless authentication? Meaning is that you will be able to log in from master node to slave node without asking any password. Just you are going to see how it is going to happen. Now what I will do means I will copy the IP address of slave 1. Public IP. You should copy the public IP. You can see the public IP address. If you click the particular machine, it will show all the details of the machine. Here you can see public IP. Go to master node and type SSH and Ubuntu. Ubuntu means like you are going to jump to one server to another server via Ubuntu user. Ubuntu @ IP address, public IP. Paste it. We enter. So initially it is asking you whether this machine is safe, whether you can enter. Yes, you give yes. See? Initially you are with this IP, right? This is master node. 172.31.43.54. Now you are in 36. So 36 is slave 1, right? So the passwordless authentication is happening. So again to come back to the master node, just to give exit. Now the IP address changed. Can you see this IP address of master node? Let us check it for another server. The slave 2. So we don't know the slave 2 IP address. So let us take it from the AWS console. Slave 2, this is a public IP address. Copy it. Go to the master node. Paste it. Give enter. Again it will ask for authentication. Give enter. See again it changed. 3998. So this is slave 2. Exit. Second time when you are like when you are doing SSH, it will not ask for any confirmation. Simply it will change. See, it has changed instantly. So now we are able to do passwordless authentication between master and the slave node. Then only when you are executing a playbook, what it will happen means it will be able to execute the instruction which you are giving in master node in the slave node without any hindrance. So now it is going to enter. It is like master node is very much easily like it is able to access both the slave nodes. Okay, I will clear the screen. Now what we need to do is that we need to create an inventory. Okay, uh, so we should go to this particular path slash etc ansible. Under ansible you will have a file called host. Enter, go to the end of the file in in vm like in v editor. To go to end of the page, just you can press shift g. So you came to the end of the line, end of the page actually, and give I. So this is a format. Okay, on ansible inventory, this is the format. Initially what you should do means I'm going to paste this, and then I will explain you. So this particular server, these two servers, slave 1 and slave 2, we are going to put it under a single group called production group. Okay, a production group. I'm naming the first mission as slave 1, and then we are saying this is an Ansible host. After that, this is not the IP address, right? So we need to copy the public IP. Go to the AWS console. For slave 1, this is the public IP. Copy it, paste it. For slave 2, this is the IP. Copy it over here, paste it. So this is a format. So always it is like you need actually you no need to worry guys. Here itself you can see the samples. They have given the sample. So they have like grouped all the database servers. Here you can see they have grouped all the web servers. The similar way we are going to group all the production servers. So if you give any instruction to this production group, it will be applied into all the slave nodes. Got it? So now let us save the file. Give escape, colon, WQ, write and quit. Okay, now we have a command, right? Already we have seen to do the ping test. Ping test means to check the connectivity between the master node and the slave node. If the ping test is successful, then we can come to a conclusion that master is able to access both the slave nodes. So the master slave configuration setup is ready, it is successful. Okay, the command is ansible, and then we should give the group name prod. So prod means it will ping both the servers, slave 1 and slave 2. Hyphen m. Hyphen m stands for module. What module you are going to use? Ping module. Just ping. Give enter. See, it is saying slave 2 ping equal to pong. Means it is able to ping. You are getting a green. Always, guys, in Ansible console output, if you are getting a green output, green screen output, meaning is that it has been successfully executed. Okay, and it has been worked. And slave 2, it will work. Even if you give the single server name also, it will work. So you can give slave 1, it is able to ping individually. Slave 2 is able to ping individually. If you group, if you are if you are giving group also, it is able to give. So the configuration from the inventory is working good. Got it? And then to check the list of all the whatever may be the um, servers listed in the inventory, just to type this command ansible hyphen inventory hyphen list hyphen y. It is saying this is the production is the group name, and then what are the host under that is Ansible 1, slave 1. So this is the IP, slave 2, it is IP. So it is giving us a clear output. Got it? Now what we will do means already we have seen ad hoc commands. Now directly let us look into playbooks. So already we have seen playbooks also as well last time. Now we are going to see some advanced playbooks. So mkdir, I will create a directory called Ansible. I will name this as Ansible repo. Got it? And then I will get into this Ansible repo. Now I'm going to create. Actually, already So we don't want to waste the time. So already I have a playbook written myself. So directly I will copy paste the playbook and then I will try to install, like try to explain you. Before that, so maybe both Bindu and Vaishnavi, since you are new to playbook, I will give a small introduction on playbooks. Okay. So this is how the playbook will be looking. Okay. The playbook will be always starting with three hyphens and always ending with three dots. Okay. So we told, right, this is called as playbook. So it is not like some other programming language like C++, Java, or Angular Java, or else full stack Java. It is not like that. Usually, it is written in YAML language. YAML means yet another markup language, and it will be usually in plain English. Okay, so this is called as complete playbook, and this part is called as play one, and this is called as play two. Okay, under under each playbooks, you will be having a task. So under a task, you will be having many modules. Got it? This is how usually the playbook will be looking. Let us see our own playbook. This is the playbook we are going to execute now. I will explain you guys. So this is a playbook with multiple players. Okay. So we can name this as multiplay dot YAML. So since it is a Ansible file, so you should always make it with an YML extension when you are creating the file. Okay, hit enter and then give I, since we are going to paste it. I will explain you. Okay, so whenever like whatever written in the playbook, if you are like putting ash symbol, ash, this ash symbol before the line, so usually we will be calling this as commenting. If you want to comment a line, you should put ash before the line. So when it is running, what will happen means the Ansible will not consider this line. This line is not a code. This line is for our purpose, right? If you are entering the playbook, you need to know what this playbook is about. That is why we are describing this playbook, saying the playbook with multiple plays. Okay, so this does not, so the Ansible will not worry about this line because it is commented. And then, as I already told, we are starting with three hyphens. The main part of the playbook is indentation. Indentation means space is very important. After giving this, you should give a space and then hyphen. After that, you should define the host. Host means actually here it is a host name. So host name is production. So in production we have two servers, right? Slave one and slave two. So whatever instruction we are going to give, it is going to install in both the servers. Okay, and then become equal to yes. Meaning is that even though this playbook is written to do certain kind of action in the slaves, we are going to run this playbook from Ubuntu server only, right? To install, actually to do installation in the server, we need a root privilege. Root privilege means you should be a root user. Only root user will be having the privilege to do installation. So we are saying become equal to yes means please become as a root user. We are giving the instruction to Ansible user. So in our case, Ansible user is Ubuntu only. Okay, and then we can give a name for this complete playbook. We are saying installing Java on Nginx and executing and getting command output in slave 1. We are going to do certain action. Let's see what is that. And then it comes task. Okay, in the task, we will be having multiple task. The first task is installing Java in slave 1. Okay, we are going to we are going to install Java in slave 1. Maybe in this case we are going to install in both the machine only. So let us change this. And then what we are going to do is for installation, usually in Ubuntu for installation we are using apt module only, right? So here as well, we will be saying apt hyphen get install Java. Default hyphen Java will be usually giving manually. So you no need to give such a lengthy command in Ansible. You can use apt module. Under apt module, you should define the name of the package. So name of the package is default JDK, and the status is latest. Latest means please update, install the latest version of the Java. Okay, and then what we are doing is the second task. What we are doing is, after installing, we are checking the Java version. So name is checking the Java version, and the command is, usually if you give this command in the server also, directly in the server also it will work. So similar command we are giving, Java hyphen hyphen version. So once you give this command, it will be executing in the slave node, but you will not get the output. What is the version? That output you will not get in the master node. To take that output, we are using a parameter called register. Okay, under register. So we are saving this output as command underscore out, saving this output under file command output. And then we have a module called debug. This module actually will be debugging whatever information is given under this command output into human readable format. So under the, in the debug, under the variable, so we are saying please save the output under this variable. Okay, command underscore output dot std out. So whatever output we are getting, it will be saved under this variable, and then it will be displayed to us in the screen. Got it? And then another command also I am executing. I am calling it as hostname hyphen I. So if you give the hostname hyphen I command, let me give that hostname hyphen I. What it is showing? It is showing the IP address of the particular server. So we will be able to see both the IP address of slave 1 and slave 2 from the master node itself. Okay, similar way here also we are using the variable and taking the output. Got it? Now, okay. And then what we are doing is that we are installing Nginx. Let me clear the screen. It will be easy for it, or else it may confuse. Okay, we have seen till here, right? Now we are going to install Nginx. Nginx also, it is like Apache, it is also a web server. We are going to install Nginx, and then we are going to start the service. Usually we will be checking the service, right, whether it's up and running or not. We will be using service nginx status, and then we will be checking if it's not starting. What we will do, service nginx start. So there is a module in Ansible called service. Using service module, we can give the name of the service running, that is nginx, and status you should say started, meaning is that you should say start the service. Okay, in Ansible usually for starting, shopping, or else to restart the service, you should use continuous present tense. Okay, you should not use a stop like that. You should use continuous present tense called started, stopped, restarted, stopped, like that you should be mentioning. Then only it can understand. And then we are checking the nginx version. Similar way we are saving that in register. Got it? Now let me clear the screen. I'm going to do small change to this playbook. Okay, what I will do means this first part. Okay, this first part till here, this Java installation and host name and all we are finding, right? So this thing I will do in slave one. So I'm saying I'm not giving the group name. I'm saying prod slave slave one. And then what I'm going to do is this part, nginx installation and all those things, I'm going to do in slave 2. So again I'm going to give the host name, thing system slave 2, and then name. Before name, let's become as root, give yes, and then I'm saying name, installing nginx on slave 2. So all these names whatever we are giving, it is just for our like understanding purpose only. So I'm saying task. Under task again we are getting name, so this is common. So here I'm saying installing Java only, not nginx. Installing Java and executing command in slave 1. So installing Java and slave 1, debugging. Okay, everything looks good. After task, so we have divided the playbook into two. Now I will actually save this and let us check it for syntax error, whether playbook is looking good or else it is having any error. Let us see. So the command is Ansible hyphen playbook. What is the name of the playbook? Multi play.yaml hyphen syntax hyphen check. You enter. So if it is coming like this, meaning is that you don't have any error. So what I will do means I will do a small mistake and I will show you how it will look if there is any error. Just space, as I already told, indentation, that is space, is very much important in Ansible. So I will give a extra space for debug, and then now I will try to run the playbook in debugging mode. Usually people call this as debugging mode. So when you run like this, the playbook will not be executed, but it will check if it is executed. What it will check the integrity of the playbook, whether all the syntax are looking good, or else if it is executing in the remote host, what kind of impact it will make. So it will give us that. So Ansible hyphen playbook multiplay dot yaml, that is a playbook name, and hyphen syntax hyphen check. So this time also actually it's working. Maybe actually Ansible is not considering that space, I guess. Let us make some other change. Simple. What I will do means I will remove this hash. Now it will create an issue. It is giving an error. What it is saying error? We were unable to read either as a JSON or nor an YAML. So it is saying we are unable to identify this file, whether it's a YAML file or else JSON file. So YAML, how YAML is a language. Similarly, we have something called JSON as well. So we no need to worry about that. These are the errors we get from each JSON except like accepting value line one. So it is saying error is in line one, and even it is saying where the error is. It's saying here. It is showing the point, right? The arrow mark, and it is showing it is here. So this line we have simply written this line to just to describe, but we have not commented this line. So what Ansible is doing is that it is taking this line to execution, and it is saying no, this is not looking good. This playbook is not looking good. That is what it is saying. So now I will enter to the playbook and then comment it out. Okay, let us run in debugging mode. It's looking good. To run a playbook, what you should do is this is a command Ansible hyphen playbook playbook, and then you should give the playbook now name multi-tier multiplay.yaml. This is our playbook name, right? Hit enter. So it is in installing Java, executing. It is doing now in slave one. It has gathered the fact, and it's saying okay. Slave one means whatever fact it is looking for in slave one. It is for master. The slave one is looking good. The connectivity is looking good. So it is giving a okay. And the next task, whichever task we have given, installing Java in slave one. So it usually when we install as well, it will take some time, right? Same time it will take, but to if you want to install one by one server, it will take the double the time, right? So since Ansible is an automation tool, it is going to install instantly. So it has installed, and then we have asked for the once Java is installed, we have asked for the Java output, right, version. So it is showing the version, and then again we have asked for a host name, so it is giving the host name. Let us see the output one by one. So completely it got successful. We don't have any failure. Okay, let us see from the beginning. So it is saying installing Java in slave one. This is the name we have given, right, in the playbook in under name section, and then it installed checking Java version. So here it got installed, and then it is checking Java version. This is the name which is given by us only. So just for reference only we are giving the name, so that whenever if it is getting failed from the console output, we will be able to know where it got failed. Okay. So it is saying this is a variable, under this variable only we tried to save the output, so it is coming here. This is a version, and then it is saying executing hostname command. So what is the host name for slave 1? This is the host name 4336, right? So we are able to find it out from slave 1, from the master itself. Now after that, like it is gathering the fact for slave 2, and then the installing nginx in C. We have not changed this, we might have changed to slave 2. So again it's saying slave 1, but it has got changed in slave 2, and it installed, and then it's giving the clear output. So this is the main console output where you need to concentrate on Ansible. It will come for each and every server, whichever you are executing from the playbook. OK equal to 6, 5, and change the 3, 2. So whatever your instruction you are giving to change, it will change. So if the server is unreachable, it will become here. It will become red. It will say unreachable, and then the output will be 1. So I want to tell you certain thing. Whenever if you issue certain command in a server, if the command output is 0 means it is successful. The command output is 1 means it's failed. Okay. So failed is 0 means it is not failed. Skipped means it is not, it actually did not, the playbook did not skip anything. It actually executed all the instructions that we gave, rescued, ignored, nothing it ignored or rescued. Got it? So let me cat the file once. Now you have seen the output. Now let us see the YAML file once again. You will get an idea. See, this is the what we have given, right? The name, complete name. So the same name will be reflecting here, installing the output, right? And then we like we said, we are installing slave 1. We are checking Java version, executing hostname command. But here we made a mistake in the name. Here we gave slave 1. It should be slave 2, right? So what I will do means, you can execute the playbook multiple times, guys, but it will not make the changes again and again. If already something is installed, it will not try to install again. The Ansible is very intelligent. It can understand. So whichever it needs to, like whichever is not installed or not executed previously, only it will execute. It changed it just for our clarification purpose, and then I am going to run it again. So what is the command to run the playbook, Nirman? You are going to tell, I'm going to type. Yes. Yeah, you can tell. Ansible, Ansible, yeah, I'm saying Ansible playbook. Simple. To run a playbook, what you should say? You're going to run Ansible playbook only, no? So just type the same Ansible hyphen playbook, and then the playbook name. What is the playbook name? Multi something. Yeah, just to give two word, just two character, and give tab. It is going to fill, and give enter. See, now it is very fast because installation is already done. It is not going to install anything. So if you see this command, it is going to execute because already it has executed the command last time, but it executing the command again. This command is not going to change anything in the server, right? Just you are checking the version, but installation it will definitely make a change in the server. Got it? So what it is doing is that in the output, if you see the output in yellow color means the test is in yellow color means it has executed, but it has not changed because Java has been last time installed. So again this time it has not installed Java, but it's saying change yellow means it has not installed because already it has been installed. That is a difference. Green means it has did some action really. Got it? Any doubt on this playbook? No, right? Okay. So now what I will do means vi docker file. I will say docker underscore file dot yaml. So I have a real-time playbooks. I'm going to choose one. Yeah, this is the one. I will tell you what this playbook is going to do. Let me copy this playbook the server, paste. See, we have seen last time, right? In Docker, what we did is actually we wrote a file called Docker file. Using the Docker file, we created a container, and then like what we did, we created a Ubuntu container. In the Ubuntu container, we installed Apache. After that, inside the we tried to get into the container, and then we started the Apache 2 service. After starting the service, we actually kept the host source file, that is the website file. Okay, that is the source code. We kept it under var www html, right? So all these things I'm going to do from the Ansible master node without even entering into slave node. Got it? So I'm not going to enter the slave node. From here only I'm going to do. So everything will be done in the slave node. Okay, before that, what I'm going to do is, both in the slave 1 and slave 2, I'm going to open all the ports so that we will not get any hindrance. So I will go to slave 1, security, and security group. I will edit the inbound rules, add rules. I will say all traffic, open all the traffic for all the ports, save. In similar way, I'm going to do it for slave 2 because we have did it only for slave 1, right? I will go to security, but you should not do this for master. Why? Because means master already we have. So it looks like actually we triggered all the three servers together, right? So whatever changes we are making, it's reflecting in other servers. Looking good then. Let me check in master whether it's reflecting. Yes, all traffic. Okay, we are good. So let us see the playbook one by one. So always the playbook start with three hyphen, right? So I'm going to give some description. I'm saying playbook to configure to deploy application in slave node using Docker. This is the name I'm giving, and then I'm saying who is the author. Author is myself, Guben. And then version. What is the version of this file? I'm saying this is version 1. This is the first time we are writing this file, right? If somebody is editing this particular playbook, they will be making it as 1.1 like that. Okay, I'm saying 1. And then what else we can say? We can say organization, Gubensland. And then you can give like this as a designation, or designation icon. So like this you can go. All this complete part will not be taken care by Ansible. Got it? Because we have commented out. Okay. Now let us see the playbook one by one. What we are going to do. See, initially we are giving the host name, production. So under production, how many servers you have? Normal. Under the production group, how many servers we have configured in the inventory? Two servers, slave 1 and slave 2, right? And then we are saying become. Become means to become as a root. And then we are giving a name in general, deploying website with Docker container. And then we have many tasks. So what is the first thing? We need first of all Docker to be installed, right? So I'm saying name, update the system package. So before that, what I'm doing is that, so usually when we get the new mission, we will be updating the mission to the latest, right? So we will be using apt-get update command. So similar way, I'm saying update yes, and update cache. So cache, if you update cache means, and then whatever like pre-installed thing, like pre-kept things are there in the under packages, it will be cleared. This is step 1. I'm updating the system. Already it's updated only. We updated the system manually, right? Since I taken this example as a fresh server. Okay. After that, I'm saying to install Docker. So what is the module to install in Ubuntu? Apt. I'm saying name docker.io state equal to latest. Okay. So just a minute, I will come in a minute. Okay, just a minute. Okay, let's start again. So we have seen till here, right? So we have updated server and then we have installed Docker. After that, what we are doing is that we are checking the Docker service status. So we are checking. So to check the any kind of service in Ansible, what is the module? Service module. So initially we are giving the name, what we are doing, and then service module. Then only we will be able to understand in the output. So starting Docker service means so we can understand. Okay, now Ansible is in this stage. It is going to check for the service. Got it? Service, and the name of the service is Docker. Status started means start the service. And then what I'm doing is that I'm going to create a directory under this destination, and the owner of the directory should be, directory means folder, should be Ubuntu, group should be Ubuntu, mode means this permission that particular directory should have, and then state, we are saying this as a directory, it is not a file, it's a directory. So module which we are using is file module. Got it? And then we are copying certain files. Actually we need the Docker file to execute in the slave nodes, right? So we are going to copy this Docker file from this location to here. So all these things I will do now. Actually this Docker file we will create in our master node. Okay, so Docker file, it will be saved there. And then what we are doing, so I will erase all this. Next, what is our next step? Let us see. Our next step, so we have copied the Docker file and then we are going to copy index.html file. So I'm going to place this index.html file locally in our master node. Since we don't have this Docker file directory in our master node as well, now I will create it. Okay, and then I will place a file called index.html file. So these files will be placed in both the slave nodes in this location, and then we will be executing this command from we will be executing this command in both the slave nodes using Ansible. So what is this command? Sudo docker build, and then we are giving the file path -d. So the image name we are giving it as web app. So it will try to build the image using the Docker file. After it is built, we are going to run the container in port number 82. So these commands we have seen in Docker, right? Sudo docker container run -it -d -p. So this is the port number, and then we are naming the container as web container. After that, at last, Okay, let me clear the screen. So at last, what we are doing is that we are seeing the Docker PS output. What are the containers are running? Just we are verifying. Got it. So what are the things we need? We need to create a directory like this, the local server, and then we should have the Docker file in that. So I will quit this. I will come out of Ansible repo. I will say mkdir test Docker file. Create something called Docker file. Now if you can see the directory called Docker file, go into Docker file. Here you should create a file called Docker file, right? So Docker file, already I have a Docker file. So let's try to take that. In last class we have seen, right? Docker file. Docker file is there. So let us take a simple Docker file. This one. Okay. Copy. Go here. Paste. So initially we are saying pull the Ubuntu image and then update the container and then install Apache 2 and then working directory we are saying it should be root and then copy index 1, not index 1, index1.html to this location, and then we are asking to start the Apache service using entry point Apache ctl-d foreground, and then we are giving some environment variable, we are name equal to Gubenslam. Okay, similar way we are going to add index1.html. I think I will be having that as well. Let us see. We have a file, HTML file. Let us copy this file here. If we type, it will take some time. So I'm doing this. So we have all the necessary things, right? Now where are we? We are under this Docker file directory. We have Docker file. If I do ll, you can see we have Docker file, cat Docker file. We have it, and then we have index.html file. Okay. Now let us go to the place where the playbook is there. So Ansible clear. Here is the playbook, right? So what is the command to run the playbook? Ansible hyphen playbook docker, and then let's check the syntax first. Hyphen syntax hyphen check. Check the syntax. Syntax is looking good. So already we have what else we have did. So initially we have checked for the security group. We have opened all the ports, and then we have checked the YAML playbook. So it's looking good. So what are the dependencies that is there in Ansible, like YAML playbook? We need Docker file and then index one file, right? So both the thing we have kept under the directory. Let us check this file once, whether we have done all the prerequisite. Yeah, copying from, so yeah, it is there, index.xml we have kept, Docker file we have kept. So this is the path, Docker file, Docker file. Okay, so everything is looking good. Let us run the playbook. Hit enter. But all, if you get any error, it will show you. So it is now it is saying two servers in the first instance only, because we are asking the playbook to run in both the servers. So we have used the group name prod. So this will execute in both the servers simultaneously, updating system package. So now this will run in both the servers, slave 1 and slave 2. It will try to update at the same time. Okay, let us wait. It will take a couple of minutes. Maybe if you have any doubt in this meanwhile, you can ask me. Vaishnavi, you are able to follow me, or else you are facing any difficulty? She's replying in the. Okay, okay. Maybe you may face some difficulty when you are practicing. See, Nirmal used to call me whenever he is facing any issue. I used to clarify him then and there. But all I am there in between any important meeting only, I will not take the call. Maybe after that, immediately I will take the call. So you can call me at any time. Yeah, yeah. Both of you. Yeah. Bindu for you as well. If you have any doubt, you can call me. No need to worry. Till night at 10:30, 11, I will be available. I will try to explain. So what are, now we are, where are we? So almost most of the thing is done, right? Installation of Docker is done, and then starting Docker service is done. Creating Docker directory in slave node is done. Copying Docker file to slave node is done. So whatever the Docker file we kept here in master node, it has been copied, and then copying code file to the slave node. So the index1.html file, whichever we have kept in this master node, it has been copied. Now now it is building the image. So usually the image building, it will take some time, right? So it has built the variable, and it has the container status also, like checking the container status, it has checked. So nothing failure. Now let's go take the slave one. We have not installed anything in slave one, right? You know, this is a new server. Go to put, so go to put it 82, right? So see, Apache is installed. Actually, we have not even touched the slave node. Whatever thing it is done by Ansible. Let us check in slave 2. So we have mapped port 82 only, right, for Apache. So Apache is installed. You can see here. Mm, cat docker. See, we have mapped 82 in the server. That is why I'm giving colon 82. So in both the server, it has been installed successfully. Now let us get into the website. Index1.html. Yeah, our website is there. Click in the same thing in the server 2, slave 2. And see here, right? Has been successfully done. We have not even like logged into the slave node. So this is how real-time deployments also it will happen, but it will happen in a website will not be this much simple. It will be happening in a larger scale. So let us check from the server. Now we are in slave one. What are the things we can check? We can check whether Docker is installed. Just for your sudo service Docker status. Just to actually to confirm. I know it has been done, but just to show you guys. Okay, and then let us see what are the containers running. What is the name we have given for the container? Webcont, right? Web container. So sudo docker ps. See, this is there. You can see even docker file as well. You will be having something called docker file directory. Inside the directory, you will have two files: docker file, index1.html. So these files were there in master. So Ansible copied it. In similar way, you can see here as well. Here as well, you can see in slave 2 docker file. See. So how like you can see, right? Ansible is making your life very easy. If you learn Ansible, you can do lot of automation. Not only this, if you go to a project, always in a project there is a scope of automation. Okay, there will be less people to do the automation. They will not even come up to do that. So if you are a person who is well versed in Ansible, who is very ready to like learn Ansible, then you will be easily contributing from your end. So if you automate certain things, what will happen? Anybody of you tell? You're automating. What is the, if you automate certain thing, what benefit or else what value are adding to the project? Bindu, Can you tell me what value? If you automate certain thing, what kind of value are adding to the project? See, actually, in IT, not only in IT, wherever in the world, so time is money, right? So you are reducing the time. An engineer, now it is two server. It's okay. Let us see. There is we have something around a very very big environment. So in my company we have a project. We like previously I was working for a project. It is from Google actually. It's a Google project. Okay, where we will be having in only DB servers. Okay, database servers alone we will be having around 4,000 servers. 4,000 DB servers will be there. If you need to perform a certain action in all the 4,000 servers, how many resources you need in the team? How many people you need? Okay, if you are a part of that team, and if you like, if it is a big team, and if you automate this, you are going to reduce the work of many people. So automatically you will be in a limelight, and you will be getting all the perks and benefits out of the company. So you will be the well-known person in the team as well. So that is the thing. You can easily scale up in the in your project. Maybe in monetary wise, although at the same time, in case of position wise also, easily you can get a higher position and good salary. So in IT, like salary does not matter. Easily they will give you what you want, but like but if you are able to do things which is necessary to the project. Got it right? So this is the important of the playbook Ansible, right, guys? Other tools, it will get you a job definitely. Ansible will place you in a nice position in your company once you get into the company. Okay, so this part we have completed. So what else we have seen? We have seen what is playbook, and then we have seen about YAML playbooks, and then a good part. Now we are going to integrate Ansible with GitHub. Let's see how it is going to be done. So initially, so what I will do means I will close these two tabs. Now you got to know, right, what is happening. I'll go to GitHub account. This is my account. So I will go here. I will go to repository. I will create a new repository. I will say Ansible underscore repo, and then I will keep it as private. Create a repo. So I will copy the search key. Now what I'm going to do is, whatever code I have written in Ansible, this particular directory, I'm push it to GitHub. This is how usually it will be there in your real-time environment. Okay. So the command is git init. I'm initializing this into a Git directory, then adding it to git add. I'll say dot everything git commit hyphen m committing Ansible to YAML master. I'm committing. Let me give git status. Sorry, status. Everything is committed. I'm going to add the origin git remote add origin and then the URL which I copied from the repository. Right? Okay, before this, we need to add the SSH key of this server, right? Dot SSH. What I will do means, I'll go on directory back, and I will say dot SSH. I think I'll come out dot SSH and then get id underscore rsa dot pub. This key we need to add there, right? So whatever we learned before only, same thing I'm going to do. I'm going to add it. Settings. I'm going to go to SSH and GPG keys. Then I'm going to say new SSH key. That's a Ansible master. node. Okay, I'm going to save the key. Add. It is asking me password. Going to confirm the password. Yeah, it is done. Now let me go to the repository, your profile, go to the repos. This is a repo, right? Newly created repo. So just copy the SSH URL, go to the master node. I'm going to Ansible directory where all the codes are there. I'm saying git remote add origin and then URL. Enter. How to check whether it is added or not? Nirmal, see, I have added the remote origin. I want to validate it. What is the command? Super. Keep it up. Okay. And then now we are going to push it. So git branch. Here in which branch? Obviously, it should be master branch, right? Git push origin master. Got it? Got it? Git push origin master. Hit enter. Give yes. It is pushing. It has pushed everything successfully. Go here, refresh it. You got the file, right? You have two YAML file. One is Docker file. Hmm? See, when the file comes to GitHub, it looks pretty nice, right? Git is showing in some kind of color and all. Usually, all the file in the maybe whatever maybe the Docker YAML file, it will be kept in GitHub only because that is a centralized repository. So that what will happen means we will not lose the original file. Okay, so DevOps engineer usually they will be managing like this only. They will be creating branches and then they'll be working. Let us assume if there is any newcomer in the team, any junior engineer, where for him or her, we will be creating a separate branch and then we will be asking him to work in that branch only. After he is making the changes, he will create a pull request. We will get the notification for approval. We will approve it and then only we will be merging into master. Got it? You have something for multi-file. Okay, happy? Not happy? So these files I will share with you guys. See see most of this playbook I have executed here. Okay, some playbook I have not executed. You can try yourself. This actually Tomcat. I tried to execute. Why I didn't execute is that. So before that, let me stop the recording.